Good morning, Panthers.
We hope
you
your
had the
first day of Park went
smoothly.
smoothly.
Today's weather will be cloudy and 63 degrees. Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Today is an anniversary in the aerospace field. On this day in 1969, Apollo 10 sent the first color images of Earth back to NASA. Apollo 10 was the lunar flight right before Apollo 11 made the first landing on the moon. Check out this video about Apollo 10.
Apollo 10 is one of the most overlooked missions of the entire lunar landing program, but it was also one of the most significant. It was the last dress rehearsal before Apollo 11 made the first landing on the moon. Commander Tom Stafford and lunar module pilot Gene Cernan got into the lunar module Snoopy about 98 hours after launch, during their 12th orbit around the moon. The two astronauts separated from the command module Charlie Brown and flew the lunar module into a station-keeping lunar orbit of about 67 by 72 miles. Then they fired the descent stage engine, the one that would slow the lunar module down to a soft landing on the surface, for 27.4 seconds. This brought the spacecraft into an elliptical orbit 70 miles by 10 miles, which was closer to the surface than any man had been to that point. They flew over Landing Site 2, one of the possible landing sites that Apollo 11 would touch down at 2 months later. So having gotten so close to the lunar surface, could Apollo 10 have landed on the moon? In short, no. Aside from all the untested software on the spacecraft and the general unknowns about a lunar landing, Apollo 10 didn't have enough fuel in its ascent stage to take off from the moon after a potential landing. Apollo 10 had 981 pounds of fuel in its ascent stage. Apollo 11, by comparison, had 2,020 pounds. Every Apollo mission after Apollo 11 was similarly loaded with fuel in the ascent stage, with more than 2,000 pounds of fuel to get off the surface of the moon. Apollo 10's inability to land on the moon. It happened 45 years ago in space.
Now here's all the news from Parkland this week. 7th graders, don't forget to turn in your permission slips for Smoky Glen as possible.
Civil Air Patrol will meet on Wednesday. It's not too late to join, and there are activities during the summer that Civil Air Patrol members are eligible for too. See Mr. Yee with any questions.
Super scientists, we have some bad news. Super Sci U with Dr. Cohen is canceled this week due to park. But never fear, you'll resume next week.
Next Wednesday is International Night at Parkland. It's a night of food, entertainment, and more. Wear clothing from your home country or culture and join us at 6:30 for this wonderful event.
Come out and see everyone's favorite ogre and his donkey sidekick and much more at Parkland's spring musical Shrek. Pre-sale tickets are on sale for $5 at lunch and are only available until next Wednesday, May 18th. After May 18th, the price increases to $7 for students and $10 for adults. See Mr. Bergman if you have any questions.
Wish these students a happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. Happy birthday to you. Ching pong.
Panthers, today we are celebrating a special birthday. He's green, he's mean, and no, he's not Shrek. And no, he isn't Shrek. Today is the 54th birthday of the Incredible Hulk. On this date in 1962, Marvel premiered The Green Beast in The Incredible Hulk #1.
Teetering on the fence between good and evil, the Incredible Hulk's creation was inspired by a combination of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, as well as Frankenstein. Hey, welcome to WatchMojo.com. I'm your host, Derek Allen, and today we'll be exploring how Dr. Bruce Banner became the Incredible Hulk. As with most comic book characters, there are often reimaginations and different versions to a character's past. We have chosen to follow the storyline which unfolded in Incredible Hulk #1. A gifted and extremely intelligent nuclear physicist, Dr. Bruce Banner's life was dramatically changed one day in New Mexico. While testing an experimental gamma bomb, Banner quit the safe confines of the research facility to rescue Rick Jones, a teen who had wandered towards the test site. Saving the teenager, Banner himself was hit with the full force of the blast, leaving him irradiated by the gamma energy. Brought into safety by the teenager, Banner appeared to have escaped the explosion relatively unscathed. However, as night approached, the Doctor transformed into a huge, confused, and angry monster. Nicknamed the Hulk, Banner is pursued by army troops ordered to take him down. At dawn, the army catches up with the Hulk and seemingly cornered him. However, with the first rays of sunshine out, Banner is retransformed into his old self. In time, Banner's transformations would be more of a consequence of his emotional state rather than the time of day.
Every time he finds himself even a little upset, that beast comes out. The madder he gets, the stronger he gets, the more landscape he levels. He becomes raw, unleashed rage.
After experimenting, the Doctor became capable of treating himself to the point where he could control the Beast's actions. In this state, the Hulk is even credited with helping found the superhero group, the Avengers. However, proving too difficult to control, the Hulk returned to his destructive state and quit the supergroup in a fit of rage. The Hulk can jump great distances using his superhuman strength from his legs, and also shows a high resistance to physical damage. More than once, whole armies have proven incapable of killing or even slowing the Hulk down.
Get ready for day 2 of Park and remember to do your best. While testing today, remember these words from Dr. Seuss.
The more that you read, the more things you will know. The more things that you learn, the more places you will go. Have a great day and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.